I salute you, my dear viewer, this evening. This is Professor Paul M. Kibicho, PhD, QBHSC official YouTube channel. I just want to mention a few things to all of you, especially those watching me from various places. Just imagine you've been working for 20 years, 30 years, or even 40 years, and the struggles that you had when you started working are the same struggles that you're experiencing today. What does that one mean? Is a problem somewhere. So what should we do then? We need to ask ourselves, what then do we require to do so that our lives can be more bearable, our lives can become better? And I have come to share with you a few things so that all of you, from wherever you are, you may appreciate that particular aspect. You know, it disturbs me, and I know it disturbs many people, not only Kebicho, by the way. And I have talked to many. I've just come back from a trip where I was talking to about 1,750 people in Kiambu. And the question was, you've worked for 5 years, you have worked for 7 years, you have worked for 10 years, and incidentally, you have not learned any lesson about money. You've been working for those many years. You've been doing a lot of things for those many years, but you don't have anything to show. Why? Because majority of us people, what we do is that we assume things gonna fall into place. That is what we call a misplaced kind of thoughts. For things to fall in place, there is what we call your intervention. You require to be there personally. You require to be there in terms of giving your input, your resources, and everything else that comes alongside with planning. So you need to ask yourself, yes, I have worked for that long. Life is not going to go back to where you started. Life can only get more expensive, and nothing is becoming cheaper by day in all the economies of the world. So one of the things that we must learn to embrace is actually embracing pain philosophy. Pain, it is called the pain principle. The power of pain principle, meaning that you must go through pain to gain. Na diposa wahenga wakasema mtakasha mfuguni sharti ainame. So I've come today to talk about Tayari Capital Ventures. And what is Tayari Capital Ventures? Tayari Capital Ventures is a company that has been established and incorporated in Kenya, following all the protocols and laws of the Republic of Kenya. Therefore, they are legit. What are they doing which is different from other people? We appreciate that land buying companies nowadays are using all means to lure the potential buyers. They are even taking them by flight to Maridi, to any other destination. But then you need to ask yourself, how much time will it take for that piece of land to appreciate and give you the return on investment? Even if you are buying this piece of land for speculation purposes, how long will it take you for this land to bring something tenable on the table? Because basically, as an investor, you should have that interest as the fundamental interest, the key principle. Yes, I have no problem with people buying land in Maridi or any other place. But I want to talk about Tayari Capital Ventures. Tayari Capital Ventures, they have their piece of land in Naivasha. And the beauty with this land, I know you people, you have heard about land. Companies are having adverts. We are having guests being invited from various land selling companies talking about their pieces of land, talking about how mafuta, how that piece of land is. But just imagine, this piece of land has what we call more than 50 boreholes, meaning water is in plenty. Imagine this piece of land has what we call a hospital, a level 6 hospital. This piece of land has what we call home for the aged. This piece of land has a clubhouse. This piece of land has what we call a resort, a hotel, a 5-star hotel. This piece of land has a mini golf club. This piece of land has what we call a cemetery, 20 acres set aside so that when we rest, we don't have to be taken round the circles. We can rest as we continually monitor our piece of land for that matter. This company, which is called Tayari Capital Ventures, ensures that you get a title, and should you want to be taken to see and view the piece of land, the vehicles are available every day from 8 a.m. The only thing I would recommend you to do, take your phone, just call 0748 511 911. If you do that, 0748 511 911 or 0748 510 000. 510 000. They will be able to take you there, and you view and you see, and you secure your piece of land in Naivasha. And what are the major key unique benefits of having a piece of land in Naivasha? It is where the Safari Rallies start their journey. And you know what I mean by World Rally Championships? They start in Naivasha. So by putting up a resort in that particular place, you're assured of getting returns on your investments pretty soon. Number two, you can even establish a hotel. Why am I talking about hotels? Because they require accommodation. And not only that, what are other Vishas? Remember, it is within Nakuru County. We have Menengai, we have Mount Logonot, we have so many things. You can even take your people to Narok to see the Maasai culture, among others. You can even drive your people to Nyandarua County and even Laikipia County for that. So it is actually at a very vantage position. So I'm calling upon all of you, especially those people who take my word seriously. I know this information is not meant for everybody. That is obvious. Just like in class, when the teacher is busy teaching, there are those people who take a bit of time to listen to what the teacher is saying. There are others who take the teachers for granted. But of course, the results are obvious. We all know what happens to those kind of people. I've lived long enough to know now that we have got some serious Kenyans and we have others who are jokers. This information is not meant for jokers. This information is meant for serious investors, and I'm one of them. I can tell you comfortably and confidently that I have bought land with Tayari Capital Ventures. I have already gotten my titles, and I'm telling you, they also promise whatever they promise, they deliver. They are also professionally ruthless, meaning that they ensure that the tenets of what we call honesty and transparency is part of their culture and it is part of their DNA. So just take your phone, and make a call to them. And you're not buying that piece of land from me. No, I have my own land. It is your own land. The title will lead your name, not Kibicho's name. And just like preachers talk about heaven and people ignore, when you confront death at personal level, that is when you realize how important the pastors and the bishops and the apostles were. But it will be too late for you to realize that. So this is the moment that you can take. Start investing now, because a piece of land appreciates. And over above all, you know what happens? You can even buy that piece of land for speculation purposes. You can even buy that land to go and develop. You can even have a resort of your own. And I've been saying that we have got so many opportunities. I'm looking forward to getting an investor who can think of actually having cable cars at Mount Logonot and with a very big hotel there. Yeah, if for those who have been to Cape Town, Table Mountains, I'm telling you, these people generate a lot of money. The only thing that inhibits some of us is the resources. So if you're there and God has blessed you, then talk to me. I'll be able to advise you accordingly. This has been the information influencer in terms of making decisions, Professor Paul M. Kebicho. Kindly feel free to talk to us. You can call Tayari Capital Ventures on 0748 510 000 or 510 000, or you can call them on 0748 511 911. They'll be able to respond to your questions. Today at Kiabu County, I was surprised. I was talking to a group of 2,000 people, and I'm telling you, you know what? 75% of all the people who were in attendance, they knew me, and they gave a very positive response regarding my information. The choice is yours. I'll never force anyone to buy anything. And that is my policy. I will only provide information because we say information is power if it is put into use. So if you have information that you don't use, it is all useless. So the purpose of information is to transform you so that you may take a paradigm shift in the way you execute your decisions. The choice is yours. For more information, even at personal level, you can also call me on my number 0722 633 021. Should you require to contact directly Tayari Capital Ventures, you can call them on 0711. You can call them on 0748 510 000 or 0748 511 911, and they'll be able to give you more directions. May God bless you. I wish you a pleasant night. Thank you so much. God bless.